What I want, this is Kenny here from Property Stories. So today we're going to talk about abandoned projects. So we're going to go through what is a sick and abandoned project, what is the banks doing about it, what can you do about it, and what you must know. How to check all abandoned projects on all these kind of things we're going to go through, okay? So let's start. So the first things first, right? No keys, is it no payment? Okay, most of us take bank loan, right? So no such thing as no keys, no payment. The bank already disbursed the partial progress based on progressive interest, So when they disburse based on the progressive, right, you have to start paying what? If you haven't get the key, guess what? You still continue paying. And if the project is abandoned, if the project is delayed, you still continue paying the interest. And you know what? That account can never ever be settled. That's the problem. Okay? Because in the original agreement, you assign the rights of this property as a collateral for the bank loan. Okay? So now, when the developer has not completed the property, the bank don't have the collateral. So, and then the bank has already released the money to the developer. So what now? The bank cannot collect, right? So that remains something that you have to pay. For how long? Don't know. But today we're going to go through all these things, okay? I'm going to show you some of the data that are collected and where you can actually find this. So sick versus abandoned. Sick versus abandoned, there's two terms that you need to know. Sick project and abandoned project. These two are different, okay? One, abandoned means there's no hope anymore. Sick is just delayed, that's what it means. So here's a New Straits Times article dated June. A sick project is one that has been delayed by more than 30%. This is KPKT definition, the Ministry of Housing and Local Development. Definition 30% from its anticipated completion date or whose sales and purchase agreement SPA has lapsed. Okay? In Peninsula Malaysia, a housing project is considered abandoned after 6 months of no major construction activity at the site. Why this article specifically has to mention Peninsula Malaysia? Do you know Sabah and Sarawak, they have their own land law? They have their own land law. So they follow Peninsula Malaysia, we follow National Land Code. But Sabah Sarawak, they have their own ordinance, and they call it ordinance and land law. So that's why this is for Peninsula Malaysia. And there's here, right, abandoned after 6 months of no major construction activity. Later I'll show you, because there's also another 3 more factors to consider this project as abandoned. Let's go down to KPKT website. So this is a KPKT website. I don't know how to come here from the main website. It's really clunky. The UI is not exactly user friendly. What you can do, right, is you type in Google KPKT project circuit, okay, or KPKT project circuit. It will take you to this page. The first result on Google will take you to this page, KPKT project circuit. You type there. Okay, let's see the definition. Here is project circuit. Just now we saw, right, mengalami kelewatan melebihi 30%. Projek terbengkalai ditakrifkan sebagai projek yang memenuhi kriteria berikut. Projek yang tidak siap atau luar tempoh perjanjian jual beli dan tiada sebarang aktiviti yang ketara di tapak pembinaan selama 6 bulan secara berterusan. That means 6 months no activity. Okay? Or it's already out for the S&P dated dates. And that's the second one, is petition pengguna telah didaftarkan di Mahkamah Tinggi di bawah Section 218 Akta Syarikat 1966. This one is a winding up petition, and somebody has to be filing it lah. That means it gets sued lah. That's why it's abandoned. Syarikat diletakkan di bawah pegawai penerima atau pengurus receiver and management manager. The developer in this case is bankrupt, so receivership is under receivership. Pemaju mengakui tidak berupaya secara bertulis kepada pengawal perumahan. The developer themselves admit that they don't have the capability to finish the project in writing to the housing controller. Okay? Disahkan projek terbengkalai oleh Menteri Kesejahteraan Bandar Perumahan dan Kerajaan Tempatan di bawah Seksyen 11(1)(c) Akta 118. That means the ministry itself, after evaluating this project, approved that this project is an abandoned project. Approved and actually verified that this project is an abandoned project. Okay? You will see why this one is very important. Okay, I will show you now Project Arcade. So you go to Project Arcade, right? You can see here, you see the pen that turn into a hand, right? You can just download. I've downloaded the list when we go through the high rise first. Okay, so this is a high rise list. I'm familiar with KL, so I'm just going to go to KL. Okay, can you see this? Mutiara Sembilan Berhad. Okay, KL we have a few million Supreme, Hampton. Okay, so Mutiara Sembilan Berhad, one concrete residence. Who's the developer? It's posted, right? It's on the news. It's on the news. So these things it's not I say one, it's always verified, it's on the news. And whenever a developer wants to develop a project, they always have a subsidiary handling the project. They posted the subsidiary name is Mutiara Sembilan Berhad, and one concrete residence is parked under Mutiara Sembilan Berhad. Why did they do this? Okay, it's for legal reasons. Remember, Sembilan Berhad is a different legal entity. It's like having another person. So the parent company create the sister company to run this project. In case if you want to sue or anything will have to happen, like abandon slow okay, then they will just take in blacklist or take action on this sister company, smaller company. They only put the assets, everything enough here one is manage the accounts, okay. Another one is also to reduce their risk. Imagine today if they put their parent company busted and this happens, they cannot proceed with other projects, or not just other projects. There's a legal consequences that will come, and the money will control, the cash flow all control. Down here, if the project is abandoned or delayed, only this subsidiary need to declare bankrupt. That's it. Declare bankrupt or close or whatever it is. So next time when you see a developer, okay, when you go in to any developer, you ask them who's the developer, they'll tell you some big name. It's normal, okay? You check their previous project. Just ask the agent what is the project this developer has completed, okay? Then check here. If the developer is like a new developer or a first time developer, the agent is at least should tell you Don't tell last time maybe like what's the background, then suddenly develop property. So the agent should at least tell you. But this is where you can check. So when you get the developer name, right, you just check here. The subsidiary name. Okay? This is where you get this name subsidiary. You know where you get is the brochure. The official brochure from the developer or from the agent. Sometimes the agent sales kit, right, they could put the developer name, this subsidiary name, so you can find. When the banks do end financing, they also follow this. Okay? So you can check here. They have strata high rise and also landed. Individual title landed for delayed project. Delayed project is not abandoned project. It's different. Next one we go to Project Perumahan Terbengkalai. Project Perumahan Terbengkalai is actually abandoned project. Okay? Abandoned project. This one you also need to go to Google, type project KPKT Project Terbengkalai. That's it. KPKT Project Terbengkalai. I also don't know how to navigate. Then you see these three things here. Then suddenly you see my hand, the cursor turn to hand, right? Dalam perancangan pemeliharaan, that means in process of restoration and in process of restoration. In process of restoration and actively in process of restoration. Dalam perancangan, in planning phase, they haven't started the process of restoration yet. This one is already in the process of restoration. You can download the list, then you will find. So this one is in the process. That means they know it's already abandoned. They already declared it's abandoned based on that 4 criteria just now, right? Abandoned. So now they are in process of reviving it. In process of reviving it. You can see here. It's not many actually. Here is one. I think Kuchai East. Oh, this one? Kuchai East. Okay. Okay, Kuchai East. I heard of this project, but I didn't know it was abandoned. So you want to know whether the developer has abandoned project or not, you can check also here. Okay, check. Make sure you check this name. Sri Mutiara Development. The Gulong here is bankrupt. Developer bankrupt. So this one, when is it supposed to finish? 2021. When is it declared as abandoned? 2022. Wow, it's like close to 1 year, man. Some projects that I see here, it's like take years, in the process. In the process of declaring abandoned, also take years, man. So I saw like 2013 and until now still in reviving restoration. Okay, the next one is here is sedang dipulihkan. That means in the midst of restoring. This one I'm not sure whether is like, are they constructing or are they still in talks and cannot settle. You look at this, Taman Selayan Mutiara. It was supposed to complete 2006 and then istiara terbengkalai 2013. But it's still in this list. If it's completed, it should be off the list already. It's 10 years already. From after they declare it's abandoned, 10 years. And here in Kuala Lumpur, I haven't heard of this development before. But it's just last year declared abandoned. You see, when it's supposed to finish? 2014. 8 years later, then it's declared abandoned. And these 8 years, right, you still need to pay your interest. It's non-stop one. You cannot run from it, okay? If you don't pay, the bank can actually take action on you. So 8 years, imagine the people that is buying this with the hopes of a home, they'll get their hopes dashed. So I don't know why is it taking so long, but from what I understand, my limited understanding of this subject of abandoned project, there's a lot of parties that's involved. So the complication in negotiation, because nobody wants to make a loss, correct? And so the government step in, the government also don't want to make a loss, and then the lawyers, the contractors, the developers all need to take all over again, and then they may need to redo everything again, get approval again, so it might be costly. And the S&P price maybe is not worth it. They want to change and take back the S&P. Also, there's a lot of legal complications. This is something that I'm not really familiar with. But I'm be happy to actually speak to someone in this field who will be more familiar with this. Invite them to share with all of you. So knowing this, right, what is the banks doing? Are the banks actually just out to get your money or they also have a protective clause to protect the home buyers such as yourself? Actually, they do. This one is Affin Islamic, Advanced Ijara Rental. Affin Islamic, right, there is this clause. If the property cannot be occupied due to construction of the property being abandoned and cannot be revived, the advanced ijara rental as duly paid by you will be refunded to you in the manner as determined by the bank. Okay, I think there's a few banks, only a few in this market that has this clause. But I'm not sure which other bank except Affin, if Affin has. So what does this clause mean? This clause means exactly that what you read here. If let's just say the property is abandoned, declared abandoned by the government. You saw this now, right? I show you the example, 8 years only declared abandoned. Between that 8 years, you still be paying Affin Bank, okay? Affin Bank, here in this case is Affin Bank. You'll be paying Affin Bank. However, after that, when this project is officially declared abandoned by the government, you can take the official declaration and go to the bank, and they will refund you whatever you paid for the last 8 years in the manner they see fit. Manner as determined by the bank. They never say they're going to close your account or anything like that. Didn't. They didn't say in the manner as determined by the bank. Nobody knows what is this. Okay? So from my experience, right, this one is a good clause to protect the owner, the house buyer. But I want to tell you, the bank actually did more due diligence than you. That's why they dare to take this kind of risk. So you will see, right, if this clause is applied, right, the bank has to take higher risk, right? So not all projects will have this. So the bank is as usual, they are doing business, so they will manage their risk very well. So once you see this, that the bank offer this product, this clause in this product, then you know that developer, the bank has confidence in it, and you can just proceed. Okay? Proceed with peace of mind. just now I mentioned, right, sick versus abandoned, what is the difference? So the catch here is that sick and abandoned, there's a lot of difference. As I mentioned to you, sick is slow. They still progress but slow. Abandoned means they totally gone. They are stopped. They stopped working on it already. Okay. None have paid out. The clause just now I show you. The bank has to date as far as I know. There's no payout yet because maybe there's no first case. Maybe there's no precedent case. And I mentioned to you why is because that the bank also manage their risk very well. It's not every project, every developer they offer this product. Okay. This legal nightmare and shadow hands. This one I've already explained just now. So how the complicatedness of how to revive an abandoned project is very complicated. There's so many parties involved. There's also shadow hands involved. Okay. And the land matters, to complicate things further, land matters is under the state. It's not under federal government. Land matters is under the state. Okay. So my own experience, let me share with you my own experience dealing with this as a banker. I had 2 customers. Okay. They don't know each other. However, they bought an abandoned project. They bought an abandoned project. The project, I think, declared abandoned after 10 years. Then they want to buy a house, right? So the bank actually convert that housing loan, because abandoned housing loan, so they disburse about 50,000. They've been paying for 10 years. 10 years because the account cannot close. So once the letter is out for KPKT, they go to the bank. The bank actually restructured that loan. Okay, restructured here, changed terms, I remember, from a housing loan to a term loan. Term loan here means it's like a personal loan. It's a personal loan, and the interest rate, I'm not sure about the interest rate. I think it's the same. Follow the original offer letter, because it's not their fault. So you follow back the original offer letter, the interest rate, and then they pass it to the buyers. This will allow this 50,000 to be slowly paid down over the years. I think the term was 10 years. I think pay down 50,000 if I'm not mistaken. So this allows them, these 2 buyers, to buy the next property. One of them want to buy the house, but inside the secret, right, can see 2 housing loans because one is abandoned. So the third one is 70, right? So lucky he got the letter, and KPKT actually changed it so that he can buy the third one at 90%, the third house. Okay, so that's my personal experience. Since then, right, I've not handled any of this kind actually projects. Maybe because I didn't come across yet. So as usual, if you need our services, we have a purchasing, refinance, debt consolidation. We also do business loans. Fill in the Google form, the link I given in the description down below. Okay. If you have questions, you can email us. Okay. I will try my best to take as many questions as I can and answer it on video. I will not reply your email because I want everybody to learn. So if you want to remain anonymous, you can tell me. If you don't want to remain anonymous, it's up to you. I will read out your email. So you have questions on real estate, you have questions on financing, you have questions on maybe your personal finance. I'm also learning. So whatever questions that I can answer, I can offer you my opinion. I'm not a guru. Opinion. I will gladly take and answer it on video for you all. Okay? So last but not least, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. There's more things like this, more things, personal finance, real estate, and of course, I'm documenting my journey, my doing business. I will share with you also as well. You see this channel. So this is Kenny here from Property Stories, and I'll see you in next video. Bye bye.